The legislature did some cutting all right. On the chopping block today were sections 15 and 16 of the governor's spending cuts proposal. The estimated savings the administration projected, if these two sections were implemented, anywhere between $40 to $60 million.
So, on that amendment, is there anyone who would like to speak on the amendment? There being none, so on the motion then to delete section 15, hearing no objection, so ordered.
Although the governor's fiscal policy team and the retirement fund were invited to attend today's session to discuss the two sections, they were a no-show. Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz proceeded to introduce a replacement amendment.
It's got instructions for the retirement fund and to the executive branch to enter into discussions and to get back to us in 90 days with certain things that they believe that could provide savings to the government, but while at the same time protecting the interest of the retirement fund members and retirees.
The two sections had mandated an early retirement fund program and an extension of the amortization period for the unfunded liability, both of which were adamantly opposed by the Gov Guam Retirement Fund. The Vice Speaker's replacement amendment requires the retirement fund within 60 days transmit to the governor and the legislature a report analyzing the feasibility of the retirement fund reforms. While the retirement fund failed to show up to this afternoon's session, Board Chair Joe T. Sinagason tells KUAM that the board's position has not changed and nothing would have been accomplished by showing up. He adds while he's fine with lawmakers deleting the section related to the retirement fund, ultimately he's happy it saved the retirement fund money from having to hire lawyers had the provisions been kept intact. Governor Eddie Calvo says while those sections were the largest component in the bill, it was needed in order to get out of the government's escalating deficit.
If the legislature is going to, and this is, I respect them, that's another branch of government, and they set policy. But if they're going to remove certain areas where that I've put in there that would create savings, that would allow us other options other than furloughs and layoffs and cutting of critical services, then what I do believe is it is their responsibility to find what other alternatives there are.
One such alternative was introduced by Republican Senator Aline Yamashita that would mandate a 10% salary cut of elected leaders and unclassified employees in any agency or autonomous agency of the government who make more than $50,000 a year. The 10% cut would be in effect from January 2013 to December 31st, 2014. The cuts, however, would not be applied to justices or judges in the Supreme or Superior Courts of Guam. Meanwhile, lawmakers also scrapped sections to the bill that proposed cuts to the Guam Fire Department. They ended today's discussion related to provisions involving lump sum payments. Session resumes tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.